scripture this morning is from Isaiah chapter 55. It comes from the lectionary, the narrative lectionary. Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters. And you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without cost. Why spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen to me and eat what is good, and your soul will delight in the richest of fare. Give ear and come to me. Hear me, that your soul may live. I will make an everlasting covenant with you, my faithful love promised to David. See, I have made him a witness to the peoples, a leader and commander of the peoples. Surely you will summon nations you know not, and nations that do not know you will hasten to you, because of the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, for he has endowed you with splendor. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the evil man his thoughts. Let him turn to the Lord, and he will have mercy on them, and to our God, for he will freely pardon. For your thoughts are not, or my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven, do not return to it without watering the earth, and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed from the sower and the bread for the eater. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. Will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent out. You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn bush will grow the pine tree. Instead of the briars, the myrtle will grow, and this will be for the Lord's renown, for an everlasting sign which will not be destroyed. Here ends our reading. Come to me, all you who are thirsty. Come to the waters. You who have no money, come and buy. At this point in Isaiah, there's two parts in Isaiah. There's the pre-exile and the current exile. We are at the end of the current exile. So the nation of Israel was captured. Jerusalem was utterly destroyed. The people were led out of their home and into the country of Babylon. You might know the stories of Daniel in the lion's den, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, or if you watch some VeggieTales, Shadrach and Betty. You see, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were told that when the trumpet sounded, you must bow down before the golden statue of the king and worship it. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not, because they were Jews and they worshipped God alone. And they were thrown, as consequence, into furnace, fire, to be burned up, and suddenly there was a fourth being with them. And they came out unharmed. They didn't even smell like fire. Now, if you were like me and had a bonfire we're at a bonfire this weekend, you know that even if you aren't in the fire, if you're near the fire, you smell it. They didn't even smell like smoke. And yet the guards of the king got near it. It was so hot that they didn't even get close to it, and it burned them up. Also in Babylon is Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was a servant of the king and had refused the normal diet. You see, the normal diet was full of fatty food, raw fish, things that in Jewish culture were not what God had prescribed in the Old Testament. So Daniel ate only vegetables and fruits. And he grew to be strong and better, and so the king put him as a special place in the court. People were upset about that. And when the trumpets, and they were to worship no other person, and Daniel was in his private room worshiping God, and they caught him, and they threw him into a lion's den. This is how Babylonian culture was at this time. Babylon had tried to rip out the culture of the Jews, which is the precursor to Christianity. They tried to rip it out. And here is, I mentioned, this is the climax of the second part. This is the end of the second part. And in this, God is promising that they will return to Israel. Now, this wasn't just for a small period of time. If you are in the congregation and you are 70 years or older, will you raise your hand? I know that's like a no-no for women, but if you are 70 years or older, you would have been the only ones left to see Jerusalem. The rest of us, who are not 70 yet, would have been born in Babylon. You see, they were in captivity for 70 years, an entire generation. So it was important for those who were 70 and older to share with the younger ones about what home was like. But when you had left, there were briar patches and thorns and bushes. The trees had all died off or were cut down. Your home was destroyed. And so you were telling the younger generation of this, and this is why this is so important. You will go out with joy and be set forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst forth in song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. What trees of the field were left when you left? There were no trees left. Instead of the thorn bush will grow a pine tree, and instead of briars, the myrtle will grow. There's a big contrast between this and Exodus. You see, in Exodus, they were leaving Egypt, their captivity, and it had been many, many generations. Nobody in the room, nobody in the group would have been alive during Joseph's time. When they left, if you remember right, they were being pursued by the Egyptian army. Right? They were fleeing for their lives as they left Egypt. And here in Isaiah, they are being released, they are being set free, and they are not being pursued. There's a big difference in that. Come to me, all you who are thirsty, who are tired. come and buy and eat, who have been oppressed. Listen to me and eat what is good, and your soul will delight in the richest of fare. So Pastor Steph, that's the Old Testament. This is not even the New Testament, this is today. What does this have to do with me? Well, in our life we seek things that are quick and easy. Hot dish and pizza. Cell phones, right? We can't go anywhere without that. Whatever it is that you are quick and easy and trying to pursue, things that aren't necessarily good for you. We pursue those, and God still calls to us, come, all you who are thirsty, come to the water. So here's my question. Have you sat and done nothing recently? I mean, don't pick up your cell phone. Don't pick up a book. Don't read the paper. Just sat in the presence of God. Have you sat in the presence of God recently? Sometimes we feel like life is crazy and busy, and we are exhausted. God calls us to come to the water. Come and buy. And here's the thing, that coming and sitting in the presence of God is free. It won't cost you anything. You are not being pursued like an Egyptian or like an Israel out of Egypt. You are being let go like a captive of Babylon. In verse 3, it talks about David and his everlasting covenant. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the word hesed. It's a Hebrew word. Hesed means steadfast love. But one of the things about hesed is that it's a plural, unending love. It's plural in Hebrew. And the thing is, it implies divine intervention in which God reveals his love over and over and over again. Give ear and come to me. Hear that your soul may live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you. My faithful love promise to David. This is the same promise that we celebrate in communion. Over and over again. So this morning, I would like us to take a moment and think of that covenant that promise, the one though where you're not being pursued as an Israelite out of Egypt, but being set free as an Israelite out of Babylon. And we'd like to prepare ourselves by beginning with number 323, let us break bread together. So let us stand.